James.
Thank you, Sir Gary. I congratulate my honourable friend on securing this important debate. The Green Paper commitment to reform assessments is welcome. Every MP knows of awful problems with them. The Select Committee agreed on an inquiry on this at the start of the Parliament. It was on hold while face-to-face assessments were suspended, but we are now taking evidence. We want disabled people to be at the heart of the inquiry, so we've launched a survey of personal experiences of assessments. So far, over 3,500 responses. The survey's on the committee's website. There's an easy-read version as well, and we'd welcome further responses still. A key problem here is that disabled people just don't trust DWP, and the department does keep on making things worse. Last week, and my honourable friend referred to this, the department lost a judicial review brought by disabled people on the National Disability Strategy consultation. The department's defence in court was that it hadn't set out to consult disabled people properly and therefore wasn't guilty of not having done so. And now, and you've reminded us of this, Sir Gary, at the start, absurdly, the department is appealing against that defeat. The Green Paper consultation was launched after the summer recess began. Calls from disabled people's organisations to extend the deadline were rejected, and the department also rejected the call of its own Social Security Advisory Committee for a protocol for engaging with disabled people to try and overcome these problems. In September 2020, the department received from the National Centre for Social Research a report it had commissioned on the uses of health and disability benefits. 120 people were interviewed for that research. They were told in a letter approved by the department that the report resulting would be published. The government has a protocol on social research adopted in 2015, which requires the publication of all such research within 12 weeks of receipt. The Secretary of State confirmed to the Select Committee that the protocol applied to this research, but told us, nevertheless, she was not going to publish it. Committee agreed unanimously it should be published. We asked the department again, made clear that if it didn't publish, we would use our powers to order NatSen to provide us a copy. I'm pleased that NatSen has complied with our order. The committee does now have that report. We're going to meet tomorrow morning. My view is we should publish it. But ministers seem to think their interests are best served by hiding and covering up. But every botched attempt means disabled people trust them even less. I do hope this minister will usher in a new openness. Our inquiry has heard extensively already about problems, about assessors who lack basic understanding, about assessment reports seeming to relate to a different person, about forms which cannot be read by the assistive technology which blind people use. The department has been very slow to make sensible changes. In 2018, the previous Work and Pensions Committee recommended unanimously on a cross-party basis a series of recommendations. Even some of those that were accepted have still not been implemented. Dr. Paul Litchfield, the former independent assessor of the Work Capability Assessment, told us in December, and I quote, "Then you look at things 7 years down the road, and as far as I can see, things have not been taken forward." We've heard many sensible points already in our inquiry, and I'm very much hoping that the department will accept and implement our recommendations, which will be made in our report later this year.